good evening, or if it's night for someone, maybe a good one as well. Today's meeting is related to an extraordinary event and a scam of global proportions, the consequences of which are unpredictable. That's why I released an announcement where a video was posted under the cover titled Tataria. There was supposed to be a second video, but when a sharp-eyed IT specialist noticed that I was interested in it, this video was removed even from our chats, although one of us posted it and commented it's not the Russians. It's the one who protects and defends Russia. Who among you posted this? Maybe they know the fate of this video under which they left a comment, because this video is particularly important for you, for Russia and for the rest of the population. Now regarding the first video. We are not interested in the plot or the staging, but rather in what is specifically said. Pavel said the following: "We need your help. One individual has contacted you. The authorities of many countries consider him the most dangerous criminal. We need the keys to Telegram from you. So, who's the number one dangerous criminal? With whom did you make contact through Telegram?" This video appeared precisely under the coordinator's guardians. You transitioned from agent to Telegram. It was indicated to her, the coordinator, that I will be conducting chats there. I asked you not to confuse the terms, meeting with someone and contact. Contact is our communication. Your contact with me, during which you receive information, means that the information falls in the possession of a representative of a completely different faction. Let's leave that aside. Let's assume that the authors of the video had someone else in mind. Not me, not you, etc. But in the second video, specifically with an official's formulation in the form of documents, where famous personalities are speaking, and accusations made that Russia controls the sun, the moon, other celestial bodies, energies, and so on. And that is the main culprit in the ongoing climatic and natural disasters. Under this video, someone from our side dared to defend Russia, pointing out that Russia, as such, does not possess the capabilities. And of course everything was then shifted to me as a representative of the higher forces, who patronizes and protects Russia. And what do you say after such accusations? Will Russia start justifying itself? Saying that it is not guilty, that the higher forces are behind this? These people are a mass of people who are constantly in disaster zones, do not understand this. Do you see? The entire world will be against Russia after such accusations. The holy site of Muslims, Mecca, has been destroyed. What do you think for a whole decade they have been spreading nonsense about climate weapons that Russia supposedly possesses? You can't explain the fools that Russia and the Russians have nothing to do with it. And people are saying they're guilty, they must be destroyed, they must be cut, killed. Do you see where this is going? This is accusation that Russia is destroying this world and its population. But these are just the flowers. The berries are already starting to ripen. How is that? Just like that. I don't know what to call it, an idiot provocator or who knows what, but with a scientific title, it turns out the leader of a sect. You can call it anything else, but a dumb sect who has read the Bible, the Old and the New Testaments. Some Maslov, a professor supposedly chosen by the higher forces, a second Moses, has signed a contract with the higher forces. For your information, a contract can only be made between equals, not with the higher forces. Representatives of the higher forces never sign any contracts with anyone and never will. Do you sign a contract with your leg, arm, finger, teeth or tongue? And this nonsense is being spread around the world by a professor. What did he receive his professor title for? Stupidity? According to his theory, are the Russians the new Jews? How should we understand this? The chosen people like this Jews for Satan? And now they possess such powers that they destroying and annihilating the entire world? And the Jews are not soft, fluffy little lambs. Is the contract with Zeta in that case no longer valid? Well, this is just indisputable proof of the good of the Russians, of Russia, according to the accusation presented in that video, which I tried to hide from me. Do you understand the mess that they have stirred up on a global level? When the population of the planet has an access to information that is even below the national average, they are turning you into complete outcasts. For your information, I stand by my words and actions. I don't need a scapegoat. But for this whole crowd, which is left naked and barefoot after all the disasters shown in the video, one is necessary. They claim that the Russians worship the murderer Vilas, who is wiping everyone off the face of the earth because the Russians allegedly, the chosen people, signed a contract. Do you understand, or is it still not clear what kind of mess has been brewed here? All the guilt of the globalists who are destroying the entire world has been shifted onto you with the help of a fool, a power-hungry sectarian. I'm curious, where are your justice agencies, the FSB and the rest looking? This is who Mr. Durov has come into contact with, a citizen of France who's no saint either, and Telegram is passing into the hands of representatives of the so-called imperial host. They're buying it, according to the latest data. Soon Telegram will become such an apparatus, meaning a regional communication through those who advocate for the return of the Tsar Feder. So Russia is sitting on a powder keg. One match is enough and a crowd of Muslims will rush at everyone with knives, especially the Russians. Have you realized what has happened here and what the sectarian idiot has done? What kind of adventure he has launched, of course followed by certain Western cycles. Otherwise the sect wouldn't have lasted so long and wouldn't have been promoted on a state level as the chosen ones. I told you we're on foreign platforms, tenants with no rights. It doesn't matter if it's Anaklasniki, V-Contact, Telegram or something else. And of course we are not welcome here, just as we aren't anywhere else, because we possess the truth. And they, like a cat or dog with a tail, cannot get rid of us. After this, Russia and you must be defended and justified. And we needed to expose the one responsible for everything happening here. What happens in the surface world of this illusion is known to all. But now we will talk about another living being. We call the world ocean. It's being killed and destroyed no less than other parts of the planet. The Japanese poured radiation contaminated water, which they had stored and used to cool nuclear reactors, into the ocean. The new oil spills again in the Gulf of Mexico. This is probably the last step in the back of the Gulf Stream. The ocean has been turned into a dump for nuclear waste and toxic substances. There are even floating islands the size of continents made of various kinds of trash. And also cold scientific minds have decided they can change the molecular structure of ocean water. They are dumping thousands of tons of toxic reagents into it. I told you there is a limit to everything, and as of today, the ocean has been given the right to sink any ships that go out to sea of any type, military commercial yachts. It will destroy all islands and island nations where all the laboratories and zones are concentrated that are destroying the planet, and it will throw all the trash from the ocean into those continent parts that are to be destroyed. You've gone too far, gentlemen. The ocean is a living intelligent being, and like all living intelligent beings, it must be respected. They also have their own rights, and the right to live. And from today on, I will no longer restrain it. It has been given full freedom of action to defend itself, and it is capable of doing so. If necessary, it will receive assistance from the universal higher forces. I warn you that the game is over. I'm not bluffing, it's time to hold everyone accountable. Conditions have been set for you, and time is running out. If you don't do it, we will do it for you. That's enough information for today. Tomorrow we will deal with what is happening in reality. The arena of the universe, the first, fearless.